Hey everybody, what's up? Finally, there has been an announcement as to who is involved with Kerry King's new band, KFK. We all know what the F stands for. Fantastic, right? Anyway, so we got Mark Osegueda from Death Angel on vocals. We've got Paul Bostaff on drums. Of course, we knew Paul was going to be involved. Kyle Sanders from Hell Yeah on the bass, and Phil Demmel, formerly of Machine Head and Violence, on the other guitar. They have released their first single titled Idle Hands, and I'm dying to listen to it. I've been waiting all day to hear this track. I've not listened to anybody's reviews of it. I saw the headline in, I think it was Blabbermouth, so I've been purposefully avoiding any sort of preconceived notion so we can actually hear what the song sounds like. So without further ado, let's get into what Idle Hands is all about. High hopes on this one. Let's see how it goes. Here we go, Idle Hands. It almost sounds like Megadeth.
My revolution, violence spreads my retribution. It's a great retaliate. I can't believe what I see with my own eyes. Can't just have the truth of all the lies. Ideology is at the core. Deceiver, all believe in your faith. I don't need anymore. When do I get in line to question all divine?
Vocals sound cool. Definitely has a Tom delivery.
Do the devil's work. Hatred is my ammunition, amplified by my ambition. Here I stand in pure defiance, fighting back your God-reliance dies. Deviance is always on the rise, welcoming the harbinger of war. Deceiver, I'll believe in your face. I don't need anymore. When do I get in line?
Definitely very predictable sounding.
Divine. So many rules to bend till the end. Idle hands do the devil's work.
Production's great. That sounds like Phil Demmel.
Testify that all God's hatred satisfies, that nothing's sacred. Anarchy or blasphemy, devour Christianity once more. Your faith I don't need anymore. When do I get in line to question all divine? So many rules to bend till the end. Idle hands do the devil's work.
There we go. Okay, that's it. That's all we got on that one. My initial thoughts are this. It sounds like Slayer, kind of. Mark did a great job on the vocals. The instrumentation was good. Everybody nailed their parts, but it just kind of seemed like it was extremely repetitive and predictable. Now, you can make the case that that is what Slayer is, but I have to say that there is a reason why that this song was a leftover from Repentless. Kerry also mentioned that this song and another song were recorded during those sessions and were placed on the back burner because he did not like how they turned out. That being said, this is not the grade A material, so why are we releasing songs that did not cut it with Slayer as singles? I don't know. Who knows what the original recording sounded like? He made a reference to that if Tom or Gary had any input on those songs, that he would have went back and took their parts out or changed them, did the whole Metallica Mustaine thing is what he was saying. I just got to say, in my honest opinion, that was a little disappointing. I was expecting a lot more, especially from Kerry coming out swinging. This is an extension of Slayer, but this is honestly music and material that Slayer didn't release for a reason. Mark did a great job on the vocals. I think Mark was the highlight of the track. And, Kerry had stated too that, Phil was going to be the singer, but he knew that sort of at a certain point that Phil wasn't the right guy for the job. And I get it because Mark has some Tom-esque qualities about his delivery. I mean, Mark is his own vocalist. Death Angel's an awesome band, and it's good to hear that he's not going anywhere and leaving them high and dry because, I think at this point, Death Angel, may have stronger music than Slayer or definitely stronger music than this. But, that's just my opinion. Phil Demo left Violence, and now he's doing this. So, I mean, it's cool that he's joining in a band with Kerry, playing, guitar in that band and everything else. But in my opinion, I thought that the Violence material and the last Slayer album and definitely the last Death Angel albums were stronger material than this. Kerry also mentioned that he wished that, that he did not wish, that he had stated that Dave Lombardo was dead to him. And I thought that was kind of interesting, saying that he had Dave's back and everybody else wanted him gone, but that's kind of contradictory to what we had read about Tom Araya supporting Dave's inquiry into their financial dealings. And I get that maybe on an airplane when the other party you're calling out is not able to respond for 14 hours may not be the best way to handle things, but it said something nonetheless. Pay your drummer. That was a sentiment from somebody else that I've talked to about it and read. So there you go. Also, too, just the whole thing about Tom and Kerry not talking. It's really weird that for Slayer being such an awesome band, that they weren't even really friends. And I think that's probably what killed it was that they don't talk. Like Tom hasn't talked to Kerry since 2019. That's 5 years ago. And that's crazy. And those dudes had like a 30-something year career. And you'd figure that they would have a good business relationship, but also be somewhat friends. But I guess that's not the case in some bands. And you don't have to be friends to do your job or make good music. But I think that's what this is this is a job. And it's become a job. And for anybody that's not Kerry King in this particular context, you're there to fill a role, and at a certain point, your time may be up. But that's just my opinion about it. A little disappointed. I was expecting a lot more, but when I read that this was B-grade Slayer material, my hopes were high, and I kept them up there, but now I can see why and hear why it was B-grade Slayer material. Super repetitive. The riffing at one point was kind of cool, but in the Gallup part sounded like Megadeth, and the vocals were fantastic. I can't say that enough and stress that enough, that the vocals were killer. Paul Bosteff's a great drummer. The bass was there, but what can you say? That was a B-rate Slayer tune that became a single on the Kerry King album. Hopefully the rest of the album is better, but it would be interesting to hear the difference between Idle Hands as a Slayer tune with Tom singing versus Idle Hands as a Kerry King tune with Mark singing, but we'll probably never get to hear it. But anyway, like and subscribe is always appreciated. I just posted a new video about my trip to NAMM and the Pacific Shred Invasion tour. I'm going to have a new video from Siggy Braun from my NAMM interview and performance. So check that out when that's available. You guys have an awesome rest of your night. Right on.